Hey everyone, it's Chris here from Everyday Survival Gear. And one of my subscribers, William, asked me to shine around the Klarus G20 in my backyard. So why not? Figured it's always a good opportunity to use the lights. I kind of understand, like, because I already used it in my backyard, so I already know like what the beam pattern is and whatnot. But kind of like, once you get used to using something somewhere, yeah, it's just like one of those things. So like for me now, I can always use lights inside my backyard, and just from looking at them, I can kind of pinpoint how powerful they are because I'm so used to looking at so many lights now. So this is turbo mode here. Huge amount of light from this Klarus G20, and if you look, the beam goes all the way to the side there, and then all the way to this side here. So it's a super wide beam, and not only that, the beam goes really high in the air, as you can see there. So it's a super spread out floody beam. I think this is one of the main reasons why people think it's not as bright as what it actually is because of the beam pattern on it is just so floody. You can see it's got a little bit of a hotspot where those chairs are now. You can see the little hotspot there, but generally speaking, like, even if we put the right down there on the ground, you can see that the spill is still super bright. And you can see my neighbour's shed getting lit up in the back there, and the tree behind that, so that just shows you how high the beam pattern actually goes. So I guess kind of in a sense you are wasting a bit of light, but it doesn't really matter. You just got to kind of like point it from downwards up. So if I point it from downwards up, that's how wide the beam pattern is, and it still goes that high even though it's pointing downwards. I brought out some lights to compare it to also. Both my BLF A6s, one of them I changed to a SMO reflector. I had a 15 degree TIR optics in it before, but I took that out, and the other one is just stock. So we'll crank this out against them and see how it does. Alright guys, this is the BLF A6. This is my black one that I brought. I brought a unanodized one and a black one. They both got different tints. So I don't know if you guys can tell from the video, but this tint is pretty neutral, like 4.5K I think, looking at it. It's pretty yellow. This light heats up so quick. Yeah, so this is what I would call a bright light. Like, I don't think I would ever really need a light over this much power anyway. So we'll turn the G20 on to the left. But yeah, you can see the G20 does outshine this BLF A6 by quite a lot too. The beam profile on the A6 is a little bit kind of like closer. It's not as wide as the G20. The G20 just stepped down too. Wow, that A6 gets hot. We'll put the other one on, the other BLF A6 with the SMO reflector, and see how it does. Alright guys, this is the other BLF A6 with the SMO reflector, but you can see the profile is a little bit ringy now. It'll be hard for you guys to see it, but yeah, you can see it does offer a little bit more throw. I can actually get it to the tree now at 100 meters pretty easy. It lights it up like pretty well. We'll turn the G20 on and see how it does. It'll probably step down because I've just been using it. Alright, so you can see, to be honest, these BLF A6s get about 1600 lumens in my ceiling bounce test, 1600. So you can see that the G20 is a lot brighter. I think because of step down, it's probably not twice as bright. The 3000 lumens is what they said, but I think my one can come close to 3000 lumens. You can hardly even see the A6 with this on. You would think so, like you'd be able to see the BLFA6 pretty good, but because of I don't even know, because the beam profile on this is super floody, so you know, comparing it to other lights is a bit hard, because the only other thing I can think of to compare it to that I have a similar beam profile is the TAR optics. Because basically, like where I'm holding it now, and I don't want to move the camera around heaps, but you can see it's lighting up like straight down. So yeah, that's where you're losing a lot of light, and I think that's why people kind of feel it's not really as bright as what it is, but I think it does pretty much push pretty high up there. Alright guys, we've got the L6 on to the right here, and we'll put the G20 on to the left. Alright, so you can see there is a pretty big difference, but not actually as bad as what I thought it would be. Obviously the hotspot on the L6 is bright as, but the spill from both of them is just about equally as bright. If not, the G20 might even be brighter. That's pretty awesome. Obviously the little bit of difference in tints and whatnot, but yeah, they both do very good, and the G20 actually does better than what I thought it would. Not bad. I'll turn the L6 off so I don't annoy all the neighbours. I don't know if I'll be able to show you guys, but if we walk over to the tree, you'll be able to see how floody that this light is. It shouldn't wash it out, the tree. See, we're right here, right? We're not too far away, but this light is so floody that it doesn't even wash out the tree. It still looks like a pretty nice colour. Even if you want to reflect it here, it's going to be bright, but it's not going to hurt your eyes too much because it's so floody. Even on the chairs, usually they're the chairs that if I've got a thrower, I reflect light off the chair to see how bright it is, but there's no reflection. Alright guys, I think we can pretty much wrap this up now. Yeah, thank you, and thanks William for requesting it. Yeah, thanks everyone, and as always, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe.